Finishing the season with a 25-6 record, the defending area champion Hal Lady Bulldogs open the 2020 playoffs with towers of expectations.
Harvey all alone underneath, draws the foul and gets the bucket. Sierra Copeland just knocks it away. Swat like a gnat.
But the Twin Towers are only a part of the story. With an inside-out game, a suffocating defense, and a deep bench, the Lady Bulldogs can make their opponent pick their poison.
A minute 22, that's picked off by Honore.
An outstanding defensive play by Molly Wilson.
And a deep ball by Anderson in the corner, and that one is good. Rebounded by Williams. She puts it up left-handed. That one is good, and Howard extends the lead. Back to Grogan for the three shot, and that one is good. Right in the middle of the bucket. Katie Grogan nails it. A jump pass to Grogan, a nice pass underneath to Williams, who puts it up. That was pretty.
Live from Salina High School, it's the Hal Lady Bulldogs and the Pilot Point Lady Bearcats. It's Bi-District Championship basketball.
Hal Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by
Sonic of Hal, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm. Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, TCEC, FBC Hal, the Hal Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Justin White, it's basketball time in Texas, and let's not forget the blizzard over there. Blake Burnett, as we have this is a great time of year, Justin. If you love the round ball, boy, I tell you what, playoff time is what it's about. We're in the middle of the student section, so it's going to get loud over here as the Lady Bulldogs have just made their way onto the court to shoot just a little bit. The cheerleaders are on the floor. The house is packed. We're at Salina, Texas.
It's a good time to be a Bulldog here tonight. Yeah, this is the journey to Austin here. Starts here tonight against Pilot Point. You got a team that, we've talked about off air, that they have all the components to make a long championship run. They got the defense. They've got
talking about how.
Talk about they got the defense. They've got the depth. They've got the shooting. They have all the pieces you could want for a nice long run in the playoffs. It starts tonight here against Pilot Point.
When you talk about the Lady Bulldogs, they have two 6'2" players on the court in their starting lineup. They have perhaps maybe the greatest defender in school history, at least probably the best in the region in Jenna Honore. And you've got a sharp shooter in the corner, and Cassidy Anderson. And off the bench last week, Trinity Williams had a double-double coming off the bench. And if that's the bench play you're going to get going forward in the playoffs, hey, this team has just about everything you want.
I mean, what more could you ask for? Like I said, and Trinity Williams maybe heating up at the right time there. She had 20 points and 11 boards last week against Bonham. So there's a nice spark, as you said, off the bench here, just at the right time.
Yeah, if you said, hey, Coach Lands is a head basketball coach for the Lady Bulldogs, has win number 440 under his belt last week. But if you asked him, say, hey, what would make a championship basketball team? He'd say, well, you probably want two girls that are pretty tall and athletic. You got to have great defense, and you want to have a strong bench. Check, 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 check. And I think this Lady Bulldogs team is just about as good as you can get or ever wish for. And they've been together playing basketball together since they were little girls in youth basketball program with good coaches when they were young.
I think that's the thing not to overlook is the experience, even the playoff experience. They, a lot of them were together last year, made that run there when they lost to Mineola. So a lot of them have played together. I think the thing that you need to be sure not to overlook is make sure they don't overlook their opponents here. Don't come in here expecting that they're just going to kick around Pilot Point and let them hang around.
Speaking of Pilot Point, they lost to Gunter. That's why they're here. They lost to Gunter last Friday night, 45-40 in Collinsville in a playoff type atmosphere. It was the first time Pilot Point has been in the playoffs for 14 seasons.
Wow.
And it was Hope McNeese, which we'll talk about a lot tonight. She had 16 points for the Lady Bearcats on 4 3-pointers that kept the team afloat. And this is a team that depends on their defense, like a lot of teams that make the playoffs. But Lindsay True finished the game with 9 points, and Harley Jones ended with 6 of her own, all in the second half. It was a second half really comeback. But Gunner able to come out on top there, and that's why Howe's playing Pilot Point. But again, their first postseason in 14 seasons. The head coach is David Lay. Now, expecting to start tonight for Pilot Point, we think that we're going to see Lindsay True and Brooke Lane and Kylie Malone and Hope McNeese, we mentioned, is their sharpshooter, and Christine Billmeyer, who's an athletic offensive rebounder. And really their quickness comes from Lane. And off the bench, you'll see Elia Jordan, who's very athletic as well. A lot of these girls are 5'7", 5'8", so mid-range. No 6'2s on the floor from Pilot Point, who they will be in all orange tonight. Orange bottoms, orange tops with black numbers and black writing. It says Pilot with the number in the middle and Point below the number on the front of the jersey. On the back, just the black number with a little bit of black at the top. Howe will be in their all-white home tonight, as they are the home team. And they are down there doing their warming up right now. We've got about 8.5 minutes left before we tip off here. At least that's what shows on the scoreboard. For Howe, we would imagine we'd see Jenna Honore and Cassidy Anderson, Molly Wilson, Sierra Copeland, and Allie Harvey as the starters. Copeland leads the team with 14.5 points per game, and she leads in rebounds with 10.3 rebounds per game. That's averaging a double-double, and that's quite impressive.
I remember at last week after the bottom game, we all kind of talked about off-air how Sierra Copeland seems like she's improved so much from last year to this year. I think everybody kind of in agreement of that, right?
Sierra has improved a lot, and her offensive game has really taken this team to new heights this year.
And I think that takes some pressure off Allie Harvey. I think I was kind of thinking Allie Harvey would have to carry a lot of the scoring load, but Sierra Copeland's improved her game and is the leading scorer on this team.
Yes, Sierra has taken over as the leading scorer, and Allie Harvey is right behind her at 9.6 points a game, with averaging 8.4 rebounds a game, and Cassidy Anderson giving the Bulldogs 9.1 points a game to lead them on offense. The starters are averaging 41.9 points a game, while the bench is 11.9. Jenna Honore with 6.5 points a game, Molly Wilson at 2.2, Trinity Williams 5.8, Katie Grogan 3.6, Peyton Ford 0.6, Landry Sanders with 1.9 points a game. The Lady Bulldogs have 5 Lady Bulldogs with over 30 offensive rebounds. Jenna Honore with 32, Cassidy Anderson with 32, Trinity Williams with 35, Sierra Copeland with 131, and Allie Harvey with 72 offensive rebounds.
The Lady Bulldogs on the season are 25-6. They went 11-1 in district play. They've scored 1,600 even points in those 31 games, allowed 1,068 points. This team is built on defense. They can play offense, but the defense is the main things that makes this team go. They're averaging 51.6 points per game on the season, allowing 34.4, but in district play they stepped it up, averaging 58 points per game, 59 actually, and allowing 29. Those are some big, hefty numbers by the Lady Bulldogs. Let's let you listen to our sponsors. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Welcome back. We're in Salina, Texas, where Howe's about to take on Pilot Point here in the first round of the playoffs. We had a game here earlier that started at 6 o'clock. It was Gunter. I'm not saying Gunter. Gunner. It was Gunner and Bells. And when I walked in, there was a 9-point lead by Gunner, and that turned, didn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty even to the first half. In fact, Gunner had about an 8-point lead going into the locker room. Scored on a last-second layup, and looked like they were in control. In the third quarter, led by as much, I believe, as 9. But the Bells Lady Panthers kind of just clawed their way back there in that third and fourth quarter.
Yes, the Bells Panthers clawed their way back, led behind Chinzy Hale as she hit 3 after 3. I believe she hit 5 straight possessions for the Lady Panthers and brought that team back from down 9. They were down 34 to 23 at one point. The half score was 28-20 Gunner, and Bells outscored them in the second half and came and got the W.
And a lot of that was from their long-range shooting there by Bells, and able to kind of get their way back into it. Got some help from the officials there probably in the second half, and able to hang on to the win.
It was really a tale of 2 halves. In the first half, Gunner was shooting lights out from 3, and then in the second half, Bells was shooting lights out, and it was all in on the east end of the court down here where we are, and the west end was getting no love from baskets.
I think 53-46 Bells defeated Gunner, and if I'm correct, I think they play the winner of Pottsboro and Leonard. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, so they'll play the winner of Pottsboro and Leonard.
Well, let's talk about this team a little bit, the Howe Lady Bulldogs, and we asked Jenna Honore, what are the goals for this season in 2020?
Well, obviously our goal is to go to state this year. We have a lot of talent, and I think we can do it as long as we work together and do our best at all times.
And we had a chance to talk to Molly Wilson a little bit about their head coach. And Derek Lands is kind of the glue who keeps everything together, been here for a very long time. He is not a stranger to playoffs. Howe hasn't missed the playoffs in 10 years. So let's hear from Molly Wilson about our head coach.
You know, he really brings us all together. He knows exactly what to say. He knows us better than we know ourselves, so he knows how to push us and get us to do our best.
So we also asked senior Peyton Ford about the pressure that being so good and the expectations of this team and what that does to the Lady Bulldogs.
We have to live up to our circumstances and what people expect of us, and we just want to provide the best for our team, and it's hard to live up to that, but we work every day just to accomplish our goals.
We talked to Allie Harvey about the chemistry of the team.
It's really good. Just playing together, we have a lot of chemistry, and we all know the game pretty well, and we just play a different game when we're all together.
We had a chance to talk to all the seniors. Last but certainly not least is Cassidy Anderson.
I think it's really important. It kind of gives us some motivation to keep working throughout the season and achieve those goals again.
We asked those questions at the very beginning of the season, and they still ring true. Cassidy Anderson talking about the importance of this season and what the expectations are, and they know there's a lot on the line. A lot of these starters were starting as freshmen on varsity, and here they are. This is what they've been wanting to do since they were freshmen. In the final playoff run of their high school career, they know the importance.
Like we talked about with chemistry and playoff experience, that's where all that is going to come into play. And going back to Coach Lands, it's interesting to see him on the sidelines. He never looks rattled. He always looks very composed, even whether they're up or they're down. He always seems to be very composed when he's on the sidelines.
We talked about this earlier. When he walks into the room, it's like he's walking in slow motion to some kind of movie rap music, where he's, just calm and cool. And he just kind of shrugs his shoulders right now as we speak. Let's get this thing on. Let's go. And I think we're just about ready for the starting lineups. As
national anthem here in a second.
Maybe we're doing the national anthem first.
Salina High School. Now, if you would please stand and remove your hats as we honor God and America with the playing of our national anthem.
We are in the student section. There's a lot of shenanigans going on behind us. They're dressed in pajamas, most of them. We do have a Jackie Moon sighting, but I think we're ready for the starting lineups now. As the Pilot Point Bearcat cheerleaders have been just introduced.
Starting for the Lady Cats tonight.
As
at a guard, a sophomore, number 1, Lindsay Drew.
So they've announced Lindsay Drew as a starter. She's number 1.
At a guard, number 3.
The Howe student section has turned their back to the court.
Elia Jordan, number 3.
And that will be Elia Jordan starting.
At another guard, number 5, a senior, Brooke Lane.
Brooke Lane will start. She's a senior, 5'6", very quick. Jordan is athletic. And Lindsay True, 5'8", she's quick.
Number 21, Hope McNeese.
Hope McNeese, there's their shooter. She will wear 21. She's about 5'8".
And at a forward, a junior, number 24, Harley.
And Christine Billmeyer, she is the offensive rebounder for the Pilot Point Bearcats. And now we'll get ready for the Howe Lady Bulldogs to be introduced here. As the student section will now turn around for Howe. And the crowd, as you can hear, is in full throat here in Salina, Texas.
We'll start the lineup for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. First of all, 5'6" senior, number 2, Jenna.
Jenna Honoré being introduced.
The 5'10" senior, number 12,
Cassidy Anderson will now be introduced here in Salina, Texas. Next starter will be Molly Wilson as she turns and throws the ball to the student section right behind us. Sierra Copeland, now she will heave a ball into the crowd. And last but not least, Allie Harvey turns around and hands the ball to a little girl. And there's your starting lineup for the Howe Lady Bulldogs, 25-6, coming in against Pilot Point, who's 10-18 on the season and 8-4 in district play. Pilot Point is the number 4 seed in District 9 3A. Howe, of course, the number 1 seed in District 10 3A. And we're just about ready for tip-off. It appears that doing the tipping for Pilot Point will be Lindsay True, and Allie Harvey, we believe, will be doing that for Howe, the senior.
I feel like we're sitting amongst the Cameron Crazies here, right here.
Yeah,
we're right here on top of us.
I feel like we've got about 30, maybe 55 Lee Corsos behind us.
What was the theme tonight, Blake, with the
pajamas?
So here we go with Allie Harvey, and she'll win the tip. She'll knock it back to Molly Wilson, who has it. Howell's basket is the other end, and Cassidy Anderson is fouled to start the game, and she was going up right under the basket.
Nice find there to Cassidy Anderson. Yeah, draw the foul.
Anderson will shoot to begin the game. There's only 5 seconds that's tipped off, and Anderson is already at the line. And we've lost signal, it appears. Now we're back. Anderson's first shot, you can hear the crowd, is good. And it's 1-0 Howe as we're just underway. 5 seconds has ticked off. Anderson's second shot is good, and Howe has a 2-0 lead here in the first period. Bringing it down the court, now right wing. And now Lindsey True in the corner, guarded by Sarah Copeland. A fight for the ball in the far corner, and another fight for it by Honore, rolling all over the floor. Cassidy Anderson ends up with it. She'll pull up for a moment and flip it on over to Jenna Honore, who will dribble it up left wing, and now a high post look to Allie Harvey underneath to Sarah Copeland. Puts it up off the glass, no good, rebounded underneath by Billmeyer, and she'll quickly dribble down the right side of the court. Jenna Honore is knocked over, and a charge is going to be called. That's the one you wanted last year against Mineola. She got it tonight.
Right there, Billmeyer coming through, lower that shoulder. Honore had good position and able to draw the charge.
Again, the student section right behind us. It's going to be loud tonight. 2-0, Howe in the lead. Already a substitution as Billmeyer will check out. And checking into the game is Kylie Malone. Billmeyer gets her first foul, and now Pilot Point showing a little press. Honore's going to try to break it on the dribble. Now throws it down in the corner. It's knocked away and out of bounds. It was knocked away by McNeese, but Howe will retain possession.
Well, at least you got it to the front court there, showing a 2-2-1 press. And trying to get it down the sidelines, knocked away, but at least you can set up your offense in the half court now.
7-11 on the clock, just underway. 2-0 Howe in the corner to Honore, I believe. It's hard to see down there. Now Honore has it. The quick pass underneath. Sierra Copeland left-handed puts it up. She was wide open. A nice pass by Honore. It's 4-0.
I don't know how you lose Copeland on the defensive side, but she's right there underneath the basket, wide open.
Left wing now down to True at the left wing. Looks underneath. And Allie Harvey in the way, putting it up, knocked away by Harvey. Rebounded, however, by Jordan. Jordan has it through the middle of the lane. Molly Wilson's going to be called for the foul, as Wilson puts her palms up to the sky and tells Jenna Honore that it was all ball.
Well, she held her hands up thinking maybe she could get the block. She wasn't going for the ball, but able to draw contact on the body there was Jordan. She can go to the line.
So Jordan shooting free throws with 6:40 left to go here in the first period. Howe up 4-0. Jordan's first shot, high arc off the back of the rim and no good. Second shot by Jordan coming up. She'll dribble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times at the line. Another high shot off the front of the rim. That's going to be rebounded by Wilson. And she'll turn around and dribble to break the press. She does. She crosses the midcourt. Now looks to throw Honore left wing. Way across to Anderson, deep in the corner for three. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Harvey. She puts it up. That one's no good. Rebounded by Copeland off the glass. That one is good, and that's what the Lady Bulldogs do.
They've got no answer for the size down there. The two 6'2" posts there for Lady Bulldogs, Copeland and Harvey. They got no answer for that.
6-0. Howe in the lead. 6:11 on the clock here in the first. And Jordan has it at the elbow, kicks it back up top, and that's Malone. Now right corner to McNeese, and it's stolen away by Copeland, who's dribbling left-handed down the court from one side to the other. She stopped in the middle of the lane as Jordan tied it up. She just grabbed the ball. And the possession's going to go to Pilot Point.
Copeland got the steal, was going to go coast to coast, and kind of ran into some traffic, and I think she tried to give that ball up, but not before the Pilot Point was able to tie it up.
6-0. Howe in the lead. 5:53 left to go in
period number 1. Bringing it down the court for Pilot Point is Brooke Lane. She'll pass it out to True near side, shooting the 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Copeland, who brings it in. It is a loose ball, but Pilot Point is going to try to grab it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Howe's ball. It was True who tried to take it away from Copeland.
Good toughness there by Copeland on that rebound.
A little press, and Honore and Wilson try to break it. It's knocked away. Wilson's pass, but she regains the ball. Across the line to Honore, dribbling underneath. Copeland all alone. That one is good. Right underneath the bucket. 8-0. Howe leads. 5:25 on the clock here in the first.
6 quick ones for Sierra Copeland.
True and the left wing. Now Jordan at the elbow, drives to the bucket. She puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Molly Wilson. She'll dribble right, left, passes down to Cassidy Anderson, left side, turns around, stopped, and now she'll kick it out to Wilson for 3 off the side of the rim, and no good. Rebounded this time by Billmeyer back in the game, and she'll put it up. Jordan scores for the first time. Actually, it was McNeese and not Billmeyer who came up with it. It's 8-2. Pilot Point with her first points in the game. Long pass to Sierra Copeland off of her hands. She's able to regather it, puts it up under the basket. Howe's got 10.
Copeland gets the ball, like I said, underneath the basket. There is just nobody who can stop her.
Pilot Point has called a timeout. Head coach David Lay said that's enough. 10-2. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
And Blake Burnett, the Blizzard.
Yes, the Blizzard.
Tell us some stats, Blake.
Sierra Copeland has 8. She also adds 2 rebounds. Jenna assists, 2 assists. Cassidy with 2 points. Molly Wilson with 2 rebounds. Allie Harvey with a block and an offensive rebound so far.
Howe leads 10-2. 4:32 on the clock here in the first. And it will be Lane dribbling down with Jordan on the right side now. Jordan trying to find the corner. Now she switches out. Lane's got it again. Back up top. She wants some time. McNeese with the ball over her head. Now throws it down to True. On the runner, blocked away by Allie Harvey. Jordan comes up with it. She puts it up, but she's going to double dribble. She shakes her head no, but Howe's going to have the ball.
It all started with the defense there by Allie Harvey with that block shot.
Tell them to back up.
And there's Copeland who has it. Knocked away for a moment. A long pass in the corner to Anderson, who's going to drive to the bucket. She's going to try to put it up, and someone ends up on the floor, and it wasn't Anderson, and the ball's going the other way. And it's going to be swatted away by Sierra Copeland. You just swatted away. She had the fly swatter, and down the other way and out of the hands of Cassidy Anderson on the long pass from Harvey. It goes out of bounds, and Pilot Point will have possession. But Sierra Copeland, she took the fly swatter after Pilot Point right there.
And not only did she block it, she just threw it into the blocked it into the hardwood and kept it in play.
10-2 our score. 3:35 on the clock. Brooke Lane bringing the ball down the court. Jordan to her right. They'll switch positions. Now Jordan, top of the key, rolls to the right, and she'll hand it over to Malone, who drives the bucket. That one is no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams, who's in the game, seeing action for the first time. Allie Harvey dribbling it all the way down, kicks it out to Honore. Back to Harvey, off the glass, rolling out, no good. Swatted away by Anderson. It goes out of bounds, and she saves it to Jordan, who's going quickly down the other way. Near side, in a hurry, pulls up, stopped by Honore. Back up top, and McNeese has it. A long 3 off the back of the rim, no good. It's going to be rebounded into the hands of Honore, who will take it up the left side of the court on the far side. Long pass to Williams, who thought about the 3. Molly Wilson says, I'll take it. And that's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams. Quick pass underneath, swatted away, but Howe has possession.
High post to Harvey, back to Wilson. She's going to shoot again. That one's off the front of the rim again, but rebounded by Harvey and put right back up. 12-2.
Wilson's missed a couple of threes from long range, so I say keep shooting it.
They've all been wide open. She's got to keep shooting.
2:19 on the clock. Howe with a 12-2 lead. Jordan in the corner. McNeese underneath. That one's knocked away and no good. Rebounded by Williams, who will bring it up herself, and now pass on the left side to Honore. Long pass to Harvey, shoots the three. That one's in the bucket. Bam! 15-2. 1:53 on the clock.
Harvey showing a range.
Lane to Jordan. Jordan right wing looking for somewhere to go. Finally finds McNeese. Now back to the top of the key to Lane. She will dribble to the right side, looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Guarded by Honore, so that's tight. Near side is Billmeyer on the left wing. And now Lane has it again. She'll switch places with her on the left wing. Guarded by Honore. And now McNeese shoots it on the run. That one's short, no good. Trying to save it out of bounds. Knocks it off the face of her teammate Malone. And Howe will have the ball.
Solid defensive possession for the Lady Bulldogs.
Katie Grogan checks in for Molly Wilson. 1:15 on the clock here in the first. Howe up 15-2 in Salina, Texas. And Honore will pass to Katie Grogan underneath Harvey. Quick ball movement to Anderson in the corner off the back of the rim. No good. And Howe cannot get the rebound. Lane will have it quickly down the court. Honore sets it up. She cuts her off on the baseline. Lane now up top. Billmeyer thought about three. Now a pass underneath. Knocked away by Honore into the hands of Williams. Honore quickly down the court. Dribbling left-handed, throws it up. No foul call. And the shot is no good. It's rebounded by the Lady Bearcats. Going the other way, Katie Grogan steals it. Underneath Honore, quick pass, Harvey. That was pretty. 17-2, Howe in the lead. 30 seconds remaining in the first.
Lady Bulldogs are getting their hands on a lot of the 50-50 balls there that are loose balls and able to come up on the positive end of it.
Lane quickly down the court. Billmeyer. Now over to Malone, left wing. The ball above her head and a loose ball, foul, and it's going to be offensive as Jenna Honore drew it. Man alive, can she play defense?
She got a charge and drawn another offensive foul there on that possession. She's being pesky. That's what she does.
Bounce pass into Katie Grogan, now back to Honore. Guarded by Lane. She threw a pass on the far side where Trinity Williams comes up with it. A long shot high off the glass, rebounded by Harvey. She puts it up off the glass. That one's no good, and time expires in the first. And Howe leads 17-2 and wins the last time Howe's been in a tight game in the first period.
I don't know, but this is almost a near perfect first quarter. You got rebounding, you got defense. You're scoring the ball. You're getting to the loose balls. You're forcing turnovers. I don't know what else Coach Lands can say except to stay sharp here and don't get lackadaisical here in the second quarter. So we'll let the Blizzard tally it up and see what he can give us as far as stats go.
They're 1 for 6. Allie Harvey has the 1-3. Rebounds, Allie Harvey has 4. Sierra has 4. Jenna has 3 assists. Sierra has a steal, and Cassidy.
And Anderson, a pass underneath. Harvey quickly to Copeland. It rolls in. A beautiful pass by Harvey. Basically a beautiful.
Maybe regroup their offense.
So we apologize if we're having some connectivity issues. We are surrounded by the student section, which means we're surrounded by cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
So there could be a lot of cell activity around here that is interfering with us, so we apologize for that. But right now it looks like we're okay. 6:35 on the clock here in the second, 19-2, Howe in the lead. We're back to action. And McNeese will inbound to Lane, who will bring it up the court. Now to Malone. Now in the corner to True on the far side. Had a wide open lane, missed her though. And now Lane in the far corner. With the ball over her head, throws it to Malone. Malone tries to go left side.
puts it up, and that's going to be traveling. As she went up, it was blocked, and she came right down with the ball. Can't do that.
Good defense there by Trinity Williams there. Stayed with Malone all the way to the basket. Malone had nowhere to go with it.
6:12 on the clock and rolling. Honore dribbling up to the right side of the court. She dribbles right past Anderson, runs over a defender, Malone. I believe that's Malone. She was knocked down, but she didn't set her feet. So, man, Honore looked like a linebacker right there.
She was trying to split the defense. There was two defenders right there. One of them being Malone, trying to go right in between them and knock Malone to the ground. Malone got called for the block.
Wilson on the inbound. It's going to be taken away. She was trying to hit Copeland, but it was stolen away. And now McNeese dribbles down quickly, and she'll just throw it in the middle of the lane, and that's taken by Trinity Williams, who tries to fight for it, and a jump ball is called. It was her and Jordan who were going after it, and finally it was Williams who slung it away, but it was too late. They called the jump ball, and Pilot Point has possession. On the inbound, McNeese looking for somewhere to go with it. She finds Jordan in the near corner, guarded by Wilson. Jordan trying to drive on her to the bucket, off the glass, and that one is good. And Jordan has both points for the Lady Bearcats tonight. Quickly down the other side of the court. Inside the Copeland, she puts it up. It's knocked away. She gets it again. She puts it up. She's fouled. And so Sierra Copeland will go to the line, leading 19-4 with 5:35 left to go in the second.
She got good position there on Lindsey True down the block, and she was just too deep underneath the basket. Missed the first shot, and able to get the rebound and draw the foul, go to the charity stripe.
So Copeland on her first shot is off the right side of the rim and no good. And Billmeyer will check back into the game. She'll check in for True, I think. Yeah, that's True. 5:35 on the clock. Copeland again, towing the line. 19-4, Howe leads. Second shot, that's in the bucket. And Howe's got 20. McNeese inbounds to Lane, who will bring it up against no pressure from the Lady Bulldogs tonight. So far, no press. And McNeese has it go through her hands, but she picked it up, guarded by Anderson. McNeese again, their shooter, but she's been guarded tightly by Anderson all night. Not an attempt so far. There's a pass to Jordan at the high post. She kicks it out to Lane, and she'll shoot from about 12 foot, no good. Rebounded by Copeland. And now Honore will dribble it quickly down the court. Looks for Trinity Williams. She thought about it for a moment. Now underneath to Copeland. She's fouled again. Tried to shoot, so she'll shoot two with 4:58 to go in the second.
It's a good find down there. I think that was Anderson. Maybe Williams have found Copeland deep down the block. Again, she gets that deep. They just can't stop her right now.
Tell you what, we got a visitor who's right over here. Lane Hance is right by me. What an awesome kid. What an awesome kid right there. Hey, right behind me there's Colton Thurman, who had a great night last night. Some key free throws down the stretch, but he's dressed in his pajamas tonight. And there's the back end, and that one is no good. 21-4, Howe in the lead. And here's Malone driving from one end to the other. And she's stopped by Allie Harvey, who wanted a double dribble call. Lane now is going to dribble a little bit from the left wing. Now she's going to try to drive on Harvey, but she picks it up. Now she's stopped in the corner, and she steps apparently out of bounds as Harvey finally got to her.
Got trapped in no man's land down there, right there in that corner. Allie Harvey just stayed with her, and she tried to pivot out of it, but pivot right out of bounds.
Katie Grogan into the game will inbound to Honore, who will bring it up the left side of the court. She's going to be guarded by Jordan. 21-4, Howe in the lead. 4:31 on the clock here in the second. Anderson, left wing, gives it back to Honore. A long pass underneath the Copeland off the glass. It rolls in. 23-4, Howe in the lead, and it's been the Sierra Copeland show so far.
That's 14 for Sierra.
Copeland, who averages a double-double per game, already with 14 points. As Malone may have got away with the travel there. She'll kick it over to Billmeyer. Now right wing McNeese has it go through her hands again. That's twice. She's guarded by Anderson. She'll try to drive on Anderson. It's knocked away by Honore, and now a fight for it underneath the basket. And a tie ball,
and Howe should have it, but quick hands by Honore. She stuck her left paw in there and just knocked that ball away.
On the drive, yeah, they're good hands with quick hands there. And able to knock it loose and get another turnover here on the jump ball.
Katie Grogan to inbound to Honore. There's 3:54 on the clock left to go before the half. 23-4. As Honore will dribble it up to the right side. Thought about driving the whole way, but now she'll kick it out to Anderson quickly underneath to Sierra Copeland. Another quick pass to Grogan, and she's fouled as she went up. The shot was no good, but she'll toe the line.
Good job there by Copeland. You thought she would go up for it. Finds Grogan cutting to the basket, able to gut find her, and she'll draw the foul, go to the charity stripe.
Copeland, is she going to get a rest? Nope. She just comes over here and she's being talked to by the assistant coach. And Katie Grogan's shot rolls in and rolls out. Oh, it rolls in.
It rolls in.
Rolled in, rolled out, rolled in. 24-4. Second shot is nothing but net. 25-4, Howe in the lead. McNeese will inbound quickly to Lane, who will walk it up the court. Taking her time. Now crosses the stripe. She'll switch places with Malone, top of the key. Malone will go to the right wing. And stolen away by Honore. And a long pass to Copeland, who goes up for it like a wide receiver. She puts it up. That one's no good. She gets her own rebound, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. And I think that's going to be against Howe. It'll be Copeland getting the foul call against her. And now a plethora of new Lady Bearcats check into the game.
One of those being Aaliyah Jordan, who's the leading scorer for the Lady Bearcats.
And Kendall Rohan. And Alyssa Mendoza. As Jordan's still in the game in left wing. Jordan will kick it over to Mendoza, who drives to the bucket, had it knocked away by Anderson, but she regains it. And now Anderson just takes it away from her. Anderson drives down. Oh, no. They're going to say that she dribbled on the line, but I was looking right at the line, and that's not a good call.
I don't think so.
But it's 25-4. There's 3:04 left to go before the half. So Mendoza will throw it in here. Anderson jumping right in front of her. Jordan has it. She'll dribble up to the top of the key. Looks at Lane, guarded by Honore. Guarded quickly and tightly by Honore. And here's Mendoza trying to drive on Anderson. A long pass by True. Nowhere close. Anderson had a nice block out, and Mendoza was not able to do anything because Anderson had her pinned. It goes out of bounds, and it's Howe's ball.
Good job there by Anderson. Put her backside there on Mendoza.
Honore will bring it up the court, dribbling right-handed. Katie Grogan to her left. And now she'll throw right to Anderson. Right wing down inside, trying to hit Allie Harvey. The pass was too hard. Off Harvey's right hand, and Pilot Point comes up with it. Lane quickly down the floor. She's got the left wing guarded by Honore. She gets around Honore, and she's going to draw the foul on Honore. No, an offensive foul as she pushed off, apparently.
I think it was a foul on Alyssa Mendoza, maybe like a moving screen there. Honore was trying to go around, and Honore did a good job there of kind of acting like she was hit. And she probably was hit pretty good there on that moving screen.
2:25 left to go in the half. Honore in the corner to Anderson. Thought about shooting, made a great move to the bucket. That one is good. A nice ball fake on the three. She got her defender up in the air, just went around her. 2:12, 2:11, 2:10 left to go in the second. 27-4 our score. Jordan now to True left wing, guarded by Allie Harvey. And what's the call there, Mr.? We got a push against Pilot Point, and apparently that's going to be on Lane. And it'll be Howe's ball as Katie Grogan will inbound to Honore. Everything really going Howe's way so far.
I'm about to say there's not really anything that hasn't gone well for the Lady Bulldogs.
Honore, a pass to Katie Grogan now in the corner to Anderson, and a long pass across to Honore. Quick pass, Trinity Williams in the corner. That one's long and no good. Tried to save by Allie Harvey. It goes out of bounds. A valiant effort by Harvey. but all for naught. 27-4 our score, 1:45 left to go in the second.
Good job by the Lady Bulldogs. They're using that skip pass. They're playing against the zone defense, using a skip pass to get other side of the zone.
Lane will walk it up. McNeese into the game and Jordan into the game. Mendoza and True. Jordan to the left wing. Now dribbles back to the top of the key. Now she's going to drive. She's very quick and athletic. The ball's knocked away by Anderson, and a jump ball as Williams, Anderson, and Jordan all had a hand on that.
Jordan,
go ahead.
I'd say Jordan's probably the best athlete on this Lady Bearcat team. She's probably the most aggressive one right now, driving to the bucket.
She looks like she could carry the football. I'm not kidding.
She got some wheels. She got some speed on her.
So McNeese to inbound here for Pilot Point, and a call on the far side is going to be on Honore. Not sure what that call was, but Honore picked up a foul.
Like a hold of some type.
So McNeese trying to inbound to Lane. She does, guarded by Honore, trying to go baseline, trying to draw the foul on Honore. Can't do it. And now a long shot by True is going to be just short and to the left a little bit, goes out of bounds, and Howe will have the ball. And Allie Harvey almost picked up a foul right there from that three.
The Lady Bearcats, they're having to rely on their outside shooting because they can't get anything inside the lane because of Allie Harvey and when she's in there, Sierra Copeland. So they're having to rely on their outside shooting, and unfortunately they can't hit a shot.
Katie Grogan, left wing, long pass in the corner. Landry Sanders into the game, and it's Allie Harvey going up for the shot, and she draws the foul. 27-4 our score, $1:01 left to go before the half, and it's been all Howe Lady Bulldogs tonight.
You got Sierra Copeland with 14 points. You got Allie Harvey at the line. She got 7. Make that 8.
She hits that one. It rolls off the rim and then finally sinks in. Second shot by Harvey is off the left side of the rim, off the glass, and in. Wasn't pretty, but boy, do they count. 28-4 our score, 29-4, isn't it? Yeah, there they go. And here's True, left wing, a pass stolen away by Katie Grogan. She's going one side of the floor to the other. On the right side, she goes up for it. It's blocked by Jordan, and here comes Jordan the other side. Like I said, she could carry the football, and she knocks over Jenna Honore. Another charge drawn by Honore.
I saw that coming. Jordan had a full head of steam, and Honore was waiting for her. Got set, got in position, and took the charge.
Man alive, is she really good at that or what?
Second one tonight.
Man. She thought about the three. Now she shoots the long shot after a good ball fake, but it's rebounded by McNeese going the other way. Coming down the left side of the court. Dribbling left-handed, a quick pass underneath the True. Off the glass, that's no good. Rebounded by Jordan, who's rolling around on the floor, and no call. They're going to call a jump ball after she was rolling around on the floor. That's been called traveling about 70 times this year in North Texas, but not that time.
Coach Lance agrees with you. He thought it was traveling too.
13 seconds on the clock. Pass to Harvey at the high post. Quickly underneath, Landry Sanders all alone. That goes in. Her first bucket of the night puts Howe at 31-4, and that's going to run out the clock here in the first half.
Man.
31-4 in the first half. And if the Lady Bulldogs wanted to make a statement in the playoffs, they are making one tonight in Salina, Texas.
They're letting it be known right now that they are ready to make a big run, and they are a force to be reckoned with here in this region with this performance tonight. First half, like I said, I don't know what all you could really say as far as anything you need to work on in the second half. I mean, stay sharp. Defensively, they played well. They've moved the ball around.
Yeah,
I don't know what else you can say.
I mean, what right now could Derek Lands go in there and say, okay, we got to work on this, as his granddaughter follows him right into the locker room? What could he possibly say? Okay, girls,
we need to work on offensive rebounds. Well, I think they've done that. Blizzard's firing it up over there. But what do you talk about? I mean, they've dominated in every fashion of the game. They've got most of the calls. Jenna Honore's dominating the defensive floor like she does. And Sierra Copeland's dominating the offensive glass and on the scoreboard, and that's what she does. Man, just a great first half.
I don't think that you say anything to improve it. I think you just say, let's keep it up here in the second half. Let's not get lackadaisical. Let's not, get lazy, and let's keep the same intensity here in the second half. I think that's all you can say in the locker room. But it's got to be more of his easier halftime speeches that he's had.
Well, talking about Derek Lands, he's got 440 wins, looking for 441 tonight. We had a chance to talk to him a couple of weeks ago about, we just asking some questions about his team. So we've got that pre-recorded for you. We'll dial that up and let you listen to that. We're at the half. It's 31-4, and we'll be back right after this interview with Derek Lands.
We're at the half, and we had a chance to talk to head coach Derek Lands before the game and asked him a few questions. The first one we asked was about the overall girls basketball program from the middle school to high school standpoint and how much his wife impacts that process from being the middle school coach.
She does a pretty good, real good job of fundamentals, and if I don't have to work on redoing that when we get up here, it helps. Time constraint, and it helps. And I think a lot of it is if you stay somewhere for a while and everybody knows exactly what you're doing and there's not a big change. And we change offenses, yearly, but there's stuff that we ran tonight that Coach K and I ran the first year I was here. So, it's just they have a large bank of knowledge of what they're doing, and having smart kids makes that easier.
We asked Coach Derek Lands what the 20 wins mean and what the goals are for the 2020 Lady Bulldogs.
We want to go as far as we can go and try to do something we hadn't done. That's the way it should be. 20, it's not ever brought up. Because when you look at who we play, I don't know. I wouldn't tell you that we could have got to 20. If you sit back and look at it, because we played a lot of big schools, and a lot of big quality schools too.
Even a team with 20 wins has things to work on, and we asked Coach Lands what his team needs to work on.
Free throws, and we're really good at it in practice. We're not very good at it during the ball game, and I don't know. That's just something we got to continually work on. We'll have to dive in get a bag of tricks or something. But it's not that they can't shoot them either. Because you can come to practice and you can watch us shoot free throws and we shoot them well. It's just when we get in the ball game, and we've even done it when we've ran and put them on the line, put them on the line, and they still make them. But I don't know. It's a mental. It's more mental than it is anything else.
We asked Coach Lands if this was an offensive team or a defensive Lady Bulldog team.
If we play to our capabilities, we can put a lot of points on the board. But that's not what we hang our hat on, though. Defense is what we work on it, and we don't have to work on it a whole lot because they're smart about doing it. They've been doing it with each other for a while, and they're really good at helping the helper and stuff like that. So, as long as we should be in ball games because we can play defense.
We are at the half here in Salina, Texas. We're on the, the north side of the gym. It's east-west facing gym as the Lady Bulldogs come back out onto the court. And just got a picture of the student body who's right behind us in all their pajamas. Just an interesting look tonight. Arturo Lauder with his pajamas unbuttoned all the way down to his belly button. So just an interesting look here from the young people in the crowd. So, Blake, are you ready for some stats for us tonight? So at the half?
Yeah, let's jump into it. We have Allie Harvey with 9 points, 3 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 vicious blocks. Sierra Copeland adds 14 points, 4 offensive rebounds, and 3 defensive rebounds. To put that into perspective, she averages 14 and 10 a game. She's 3 rebounds shy of her average. She also adds 1 steal and 2 blocks. Jenna Honore is running the offense to perfection. 6 assists, 3 steals on defense, 2 big charges, and 1 rebound. Cassidy Anderson, 4 points and 2 steals. Molly Wilson, 2 rebounds. Trinity Williams, 2 offensive rebounds and 2 defensive rebounds, and she adds a steal. Katie Grogan, 2 points and 2 steals, and Landry Sanders with 2 points.
Well, we mentioned and we haven't mentioned yet, but if Howe is able to hang on and win this game, they're up 31-4. You would think they'd be able to hang on here, but let's say they do. They're going to play next Friday night, or this Friday night. This Friday night in Greenville against Raines.
Yes.
At 6:30.
Yes.
So as long as they can hang on here, you got a Friday night contest, and I'll check my schedule.
Let me say, what are you, city council meetings?
Yeah, I don't think we have school board, city councils, chamber of commerce.
And you're feeling
FFA,
okay.
I'm feeling good. Yep, I as of right now, I don't think I have anything going on Friday, which means we could probably broadcast the game. But let me make sure that the calendar looks clear. So, are you saying there's a chance?
I think there's a chance.
There's a chance. It looks pretty good that we'll probably be broadcasting that game. Now, with that said, everybody please go to Greenville and support your Lady Bulldogs. And you can listen to this game on the rebroadcast. And be sure to tell your family about it. If they're out of town, they can listen to Grandma and Grandpa. And that's why we do it. We want to be able to have the kids be able to archive this and listen to it later on, and have their family that's out of town be able to listen to it. And that's why we do it. So, but we also want you to be there in person and help support these girls. They've got a long road ahead of them, hopefully.
Yeah, they can play like this, continue to play like this for the next game. Yeah, this will be make a deep run here.
Blake, what do we know about Raines?
Raines beat their opponent last night by 34 points. That's all that I know on Raines.
So you're saying that maybe the Lady Bulldogs could have a first period where they don't win 17-2 or 19-0?
I'm positive that the score will be a little closer in the first period on Friday night, yes.
Mark that down.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can hear by the buzzer, we're just about ready to start this second half. 31-4 is our score. And we'll move on into the third period. And the Lady Bearcats and the Lady Bulldogs will switch sides. And now Hal will be shooting on this near end, which is the Anna end, if you will, as opposed to the Pilot Point shooting towards their side on the west side.
Same starters back out there for the Lady Bulldogs.
Anderson, Honore, Wilson, Copeland, and Harvey, regular starters on the floor. McNeese and Jordan on the floor right now. Jordan will bring it up to the top of the court. She'll switch with Billmeyer. Billmeyer looks to Jordan. They switch places. Now in the corner. Quickly in the lane. A high pass goes over the head of Lane, and it goes out of bounds, and that's not the way Pilot Point wanted to start this second half.
Especially on your opening possession. Throw the ball out of bounds.
So here is Molly Wilson. She's right wing. And into Harvey. Harvey inside to Sierra Copeland. Quickly on the board again is Howe here in the second half, 33-4. 7:32 left to go. We're just underway in the third. And Sierra Copeland again on the board. How many is that, Blake?
16 now for Sierra.
14 in the first half, her first points of the second. Here's Jordan wide open on the left wing. as Wilson was giving her some room. Here's Lane guarded by Honore. Lane left wing, back up top to Jordan, guarded by Wilson. Jordan thought about driving, and now she kicks it over to Lane, left wing, who will bring it up to the top. Billmeyer to her left, and now she'll have it, and she'll shoot the long one. That was from Plano, and that one is good. 33-7, our new score. Wilson quickly down the court, throws inside, high post to Harvey. Now in the corner to Anderson. She's cut off by Billmeyer. Now Honore, right wing to Wilson, left wing. Inside to Copeland. Big body underneath. That one rolls in. That's 18 for Copeland, and that's 35 for Howe. Lane will walk it up to the right side of the court. McNeese to her right. Jordan at the high post. McNeese has it on the right wing. Billmeyer fell down, and now inside to Jordan at the high post, guarded by Wilson. The ball's over her head, and now she'll take it straight up to the top. Kicks it over to True on the right wing. Now inside to Jordan again. She'll drive to the bucket. She rolls it up and draws the foul on Wilson, who can't believe it. Wilson never with a lot of emotion, just kind of taps a little bit. And that is her second foul of the evening. 6:10 on the clock, and Howe leads 35-7. Is that 7 or 10?
It's supposed to be 7.
Jordan's first shot, a high arching shot that does go in.
I don't think I know how to subtract points.
Well, now they got 8 on the board. So
35-8 is right.
Let's do this. We'll double click there and we'll go 8. How about that? 6:10 on the clock, and the second shot by Jordan bounces off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebounded for a moment by Sierra Copeland that gets away from her, but Harvey's right there to bring it down. And Harvey will kick it over to Honore, guarded by Jordan. She'll dribble left-handed now to the left side, now to Wilson, top of the right side. Inside to Harvey, inside to Cassidy Anderson. That one is good, and Howe extends the lead, 37-8.
Ball moving didn't any better than that.
Right wing to McNeese. Inside to Jordan. Almost swatted away by Copeland. Jordan has her back to the goal. Now she turns around. Thought about driving. And Allie Harvey's going to tie it up. And Howe will have possession as they'll get it underneath. And Wilson will inbound to Honore coming this way on the far side. Honore gives it to Wilson, who will bring it up the court. Dribbling right, dribbling left. Right. Guarded by Jordan. Now over to Anderson, right wing. Now left wing to Molly Wilson. She's being swatted by Jordan, but no call. And now Honore drives to the bucket, puts it up, draws the foul. The shot is no good, but Honore will shoot.
Man, Honore able to weave her way through the defense there all the way to the basket. And draw the foul. Good job by Jenna.
Honore will tow it, leading 37-8 with 5:14 remaining here in the third. Her first shot is off the left side of the rim and no good. All the Howe defenders are on the other side of the floor. Honore is all alone. The only white jersey, and she's shooting off the front of the rim, and that one is good. So McNeese will inbound for Pilot Point as Howe leads 38-8. 5:11 on the clock here in the third. Lane will bring it up to the left side of the court, and she'll throw to McNeese, very top of the key. Ball over her head, guarded by Anderson, back to True. And now back to McNeese. Now right corner for Billmeyer. Makes a ball fake on Allie Harvey, but now True has it in the corner. Billmeyer, a long shot for three. That one no good. She had Harvey right in her face. And Billmeyer turns around and looks at Harvey, whose outstretched arms were nearly touching the rafters, and Billmeyer just shakes her head. Here's a quick pass to Wilson by Honore that's stolen by True, and she'll put it up on the layup, and that's the 10th point. 9th and 10th point for Pilot Point. 38-10, 4:33 left to go here in the third. As the student body screams double digits, as Pilot Point now has 10 points. Honore quickly inside to Copeland, off the glass. That one's good. 18? 20 for Copeland, 40 for Howe. 4:13 left to go in the third. And now True has it. left wing, guarded by Copeland. Now Lane in the far corner, guarded by Wilson. She'll bring it up to the left wing to True. True tops the key, and now to McNeese, guarded by Anderson. Lane's going to dribble on Wilson to the bucket, puts it up off the glass, no good, and Wilson's going to be called for her third foul.
Lady Bearcats being a little bit more aggressive here in the second half, driving to the basket, initiating contact, and then give them a chance to go to the line, and at least with the clock stop, able to maybe put some points on the board if they can hit free throw shots.
Katie Grogan's going to check in for Molly Wilson right after this free throw by Lane. And the shot is up off the left side, rolls in. That one's good. So now Pilot Point is within 29. 40-11. Is that right? Is that math? It's math.
Yes, 29.
I was told there would be no math. Lane's second shot is good. Nothing but net. So 40-12, our new score, 3:47 left to go in the third. Grogan right behind Honore, who kind of just sets a block. And Grogan now gives to Honore. Pivots from her left foot. She's going to try to beat Jordan, does. And now a long shot by Anderson. That one's nothing but net. Anderson do what Anderson do. That one's three, and How's up 43-12. 3:20 left to go in the third. Lane quickly down the court. True from the left wing. Thought about a long shot guarded by Copeland. But now to Jordan, inside to Katie Grogan. She's going to take her to the bucket, now kicks it out, long shot, McNeese. That one's short, no good. Out of bounds as Harvey blocked Malone from being able to get to the ball. And Coach David Lay is telling the officials about it. So here comes Honore down the court, leading 43-12. The Lady Bulldogs over Pilot Point, quickly inside to Copeland. Turns around, puts it up, and is fouled. Shot no good, but Copeland's going to shoot again with 2:55 remaining in the third, leading 43-12.
Man, impressive pass by Honore. Kind of threaded the needle, a chest pass right in between two defenders, and Sierra Copeland having the strength to get that to go up. And the fact that she's able to hit the rim with it, she had two ladies hanging all over her.
Copeland rims it out, and then she looks up to the sky. She rolls her eyes and says, OMG. And now shrugs her shoulders a little bit as she's going to shoot the second shot. There's 2:55 remaining in the third. Howe leads 43-12. Dribbles once. Throws up the second shot off the back of the glass and no good. So Lane will bring it down the court now for Pilot Point, guarded by Landry Sanders into the game. A baseball pass to Billmeyer on the left wing. Billmeyer in the corner, swatted away by Katie Grogan, who face planted into the wall, but I think she's okay as she comes up smiling. Maybe a little embarrassed there.
Good hustle there by Katie.
McNeese to inbound, guarded by Anderson. Now to Lane in the corner, guarded by Landry Sanders. Trying to go baseline, Sanders cut her off. And now another baseball pass, stolen away by Copeland in the middle of the lane. She looks down the court for Harvey. Harvey is cut off by Billmeyer, but in the lane is Copeland up off the glass, and that one is good. Another pretty play from Harvey to Copeland in the middle of the paint.
The Twin Towers continue to connect with each other.
2:12 on the clock. Billmeyer left wing. And now up top to McNeese. Inside, Copeland steals another one. But this time it gets away from her, and McNeese and Billmeyer scramble for it on the near side. They bring it back across the line. A bounce pass inside to True. That's knocked away by Harvey. And then swatted away, and I believe Pilot Point's going to be able to come up with the ball as it went out of bounds. We had somebody right in our way, and I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell you. I think it was a foul because Malone's going to the line.
So it's going to be on Sanders. $1:53 left to go in the third. Howe leads 45-12. Now 45-13. As Malone hits the front end. Harvey will check out, and she'll get a breather. As Honore's off the court, she's getting a breather. Malone off the left side of the rim, no good, rebounded by Copeland.
And she'll give it to Katie Grogan. So it's Trinity Williams, Anderson, Sanders, inside to Copeland from Anderson. She's cut off, and now a pass out to Katie Grogan. Now Trinity Williams in the corner, long pass near side. Anderson thought about it. Now she's going to drive to the bucket. Now kicks it out to Williams on a long shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Malone. And Malone to McNeese, who will dribble hard to the right side on a pass to True underneath the bucket. Kicks it out to Bill Meyer. Long three. That one rolls in, and it's good. 1:19 on the clock, and Pilot Point is now trailing 45-16 to Howe. Katie Grogan will kick it over left wing to Anderson. A lob pass into Sierra Copeland, who goes up and is knocked down hard by Bill Meyer and draws the foul. And Copeland will shoot. What are we looking at number-wise with Sierra Copeland tonight so far?
We're looking at 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks so far tonight.
That's a pretty impressive line. She's improved so much from a year
really
ago.
Has. Man.
Toes the line on the front side. The first shot is rolling in, and it does. No rolling of the eyes this time from Copeland. That one goes in, and Howe leads 46-16, and she'll shoot the back end. 1:05 left to go in the third. Dribbles twice, spins the ball in her right hand, throws it up. That one's good. 47-16, and McNeese will inbound to Lane. Lane will dribble left, right, all the way across the midfield stripe, the midcourt stripe, rather. McNeese, top of the key, guarded by Anderson. She's going to drive to the bucket, left-handed. She's cut off by Anderson, who kicks it back out. It's stolen away by Grogan for a moment, but Malone comes up with it. Back over to Lane. Right wing, guarded by Sanders. Dribbling right-handed is Lane. There's 45 seconds on the clock. Copeland knocks away the ball, but it's gathered up by True. Thought about a long three now. Long pass to McNeese, makes a move on Anderson, drives to the bucket, and it's going to be fouled by Anderson. The shot was no good, but McNeese will go to the line with 35 seconds left to go in the third, and Howe leads 47-16.
Anderson with pretty decent defense, had her hands up, but tried to go for the block and got her on the wrist on the way up.
McNeese dribbles twice, right-handed shot. That one's good. 47-17 our score. Again on the floor for Howe's Landry Sanders, Trinity Williams, Sierra Copeland, Cassidy Anderson, and Katie Grogan. The second shot is off the back of the glass, banked in. That one's good, 47-18. And Katie Grogan will bring it up the floor with Trinity Williams flanked to her left, but she goes right and travels. She was just got ahead of herself just a little bit, did Katie Grogan. And Derek Lands isn't real happy about it, but I believe that's the right call.
Looks like she dragged that pivot foot just a little bit.
So Lane will have it after the inbound from McNeese. 26 seconds on the clock here in the third. Right wing is Malone. Tucks it at her hip, guarded by Williams. Jordan has it, almost stolen away by Sanders, but top of the key, and now back to Malone. Now to Lane, left wing. She's going to try to drive on Sanders. She's backed away. Now at the top left side of the key. Right wing to Malone, guarded by Williams. And there's going to be a travel as Williams was right in her face. And Malone just picked the foot up a little bit too often there.
Well, I think she was panicking here because the clock was ticking down.
2.6 seconds. Sanders, long pass. Williams makes a right-handed bounce and a throw off the glass, and that one almost goes in. So that's the end of the third. Howe leads 47-18.
Well, another solid quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Bearcats showed a little bit of offense there, they scored 14 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, and mostly against Howe's starters. Now, the second half of the quarter, we saw a lot of the bench players in. But, yeah, Pilot Point did a lot of damage against Howe starters right there in the third.
Yeah, I think some of it was just trying to be a little bit more aggressive. They got to the free throw line a few more times that quarter. And I think they try to do a lot of, I think their goal is to get in transition. Blake?
Yeah, Sierra had a great quarter there. She had 10 more points. The unspoken hero tonight on offense, Jenna Honore, 8 assists. Allie Harvey, 5 assists.
Wow.
Nice.
Very quality passing tonight by the Lady Bulldogs.
Quick passing around the lane and inside the paint. Very impressive as you hear the student section right behind us. I tell you what, you got to love that. You got to love the student section. They're a little crazy tonight. You got to love that. McNeese now back to action to Malone, left wing, down in the corner to Lane, guarded by Katie Grogan. And Lane's going to shoot the long bomb, and that one's no good. Jenna Honore tried to grab it, but it's knocked out of her hands by McNeese, and Howe's going to have possession. So Grogan will inbound to Honore. So on the floor, we have Peyton Ford into the game, seeing first action, and she's going to have a pass bounce to her, but it's stolen away by Lane, or knocked out of bounds, rather. So on the floor right now is Peyton Ford, Allie Harvey, Trinity Williams, Katie Grogan, and Jenna Honore. And Ford's going to try to inbound right here. Ball over her head, looking for Williams underneath. She puts it up and draws the foul. Shot is no good, but Malone's going to be called for the foul with 7:30 remaining in the game. Howe leads 47-18.
Good job there on Trinity Williams to get good position in that unbounce pass underneath the basket. She was asking for it. Peyton Ford able to find her there.
We talked about Trinity Williams coming off the bench a week ago, having a double-double, and she's able to do that down the stretch in the playoffs. This is a totally different team.
It gives you a nice little spark off the bench. Know that there's not a lot of let down when you bring in someone off the bench.
Misses her first shot, makes her second. It's 48-18. McNeese to inbound to Lane. And again, some of these Pilot Point Bearcats playing their final game, Lane being one of them, unless they're able to pull off the miracle right here. McNeese drives the bucket left-handed on the left side, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Honore, who was knocked around, no foul call. Now Williams has it, a bounce pass to Honore as True was trying to steal the ball. And now Ford, now Grogan in the corner for the long three off the front of the rim, no good. Trinity Williams with an aggressive rebound, puts it up left-handed, that one is good. Williams with an aggressive move to get Howe to 50.
Great offensive rebound by her, too.
Aggressive. 6:45 left to go in the game, and a foul. No. What is that call?
I think it was a travel.
Well, Howe's going to have possession. I'm not sure what happened down on that end, but
it was a travel there by Lady Bearcats.
So here's Landry Sanders bringing it up the court. A bounce pass to Grogan near side. Far pass to Sanders and a long deep bomb by Williams. Up and rebounded by Grogan. A great rebound there as she's looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and the ball's tipped away. And an aggressive move by Ford. And Ford's going to be fouled. Man alive, Ford went diving for the basketball.
The shortest girl on the court, went flying in there with reckless abandon, able to come with the loose ball.
Man, that's impressive. So Ford's going to inbound here as Howe has possession. A quick pass inside to Harvey. Makes a beautiful move. Misses the shot, rebounded by Williams, who puts it up. And now all of a sudden it's the Williams show. 52-18, Howe in the lead. 6:15 left to go in the game. Lane bringing it up right-handed on the right side of the court, guarded by Grogan. She'll kick it over to Billmeyer. Left side, now Malone's going to drive the bucket. Puts it up on the runner, and that one is good. And now Pilot Point's got 20. 6:01 left to go in the game. Grogan, a pass is going to be stolen by True, but she knocks it out of bounds. Lady Bulldogs have possession just past half court as Ford will inbound to Grogan right here. 5:56 left to go in the game. A little question there is who's going to have possession apparently, but Howe does have possession. Grogan being guarded tightly by Jordan. Jordan all over her, and now passes to Williams. Quickly Harvey left elbow. That pass is going to be intercepted by Billmeyer, who has it guarded by Williams, and Billmeyer will just straighten up and now throw it over to Lane. Now a quick pass underneath to True, puts it up off the glass. That one no good, rebounded by Harvey. And Harvey will bring it up the court. True right in her face, and now Jordan right in her face. Trinity Williams inside Harvey off the glass on the runner, and that one is pretty.
Howe extends the lead 54-20. Lane to Billmeyer. Looking for the cutter, True, but she's not there. Now to Malone. We're at the 5-minute mark in the game. Lane on the right wing, guarded by Katie Grogan, looking for True underneath, nothing there. And now Lane will dribble a little bit. To Billmeyer on the left wing. Inside pass to Jordan, dribbling straight to the bucket, guarded by Sanders. She puts it up, draws the foul on Sanders. And Jordan will shoot her high arching shot at the free throw line in just a moment with 4:46 on the clock.
We've seen Jordan before. He can be aggressive. She's not afraid to go to the basket. Problem is just sometimes getting there.
Jordan's first shot on the free throw air balls to the left side of the rim. And she turns around and smiles a little bit as that one just kind of got away from her. Maybe it went off her fingernail or something. Harvey checks out of the game with 4:46 left to go. Honore on the bench as well. Cassidy Anderson on the bench and Sierra Copeland on the bench. Howe up by 34. Second shot by Jordan is no good and swatted away and goes out of bounds, and Howe will have possession. On the floor, Katie Grogan, Molly Wilson, Trinity Williams, Landry Sanders, and Peyton Ford.
So two twin towers are on the bench here. Maybe they're done for the night.
What do you call Grogan and Peyton Ford? They're the anti-twin towers? Here's Williams, a long bounce pass over to Sanders, and that one's going to be stolen away by Jordan. She's fast all the way down, and a foul. Something's got to be called there as Ford went down hard as Jordan ran over her. As Ford, I think Ford was set to draw the charge, but was anything called?
I did not hear a whistle.
Nothing was called.
And Ford went down. I mean, Jordan lowered a shoulder to her.
Peyton Ford just took an ISO. That's like an isolation. One of those when you're playing linebacker and you take on a fullback. That's what that was. But she gets up. She's fine.
Just kind of dusting it off, kind of get the cobwebs out because she got hit pretty good.
And now Honore will check in and give Ford a little breather here. And she's going to get a big round of applause, you know. And she gets a hug from Derek Lands, who says, "Hey, girl, you all right? You good?" She nods her head and comes back over. So here's a pass into Jordan, looking for somewhere to go, and she finds Lane at the right wing, guarded by Honore. And Lane's got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. So she goes out, now this Honore comes back in. No way.
I thought she was done for the night.
So Jordan to the top of the key to McNeese, who's going to drive on Wilson, kicks it out to Lane, guarded by Honore. Lane thought about driving, goes baseline, cut off by Honore. Honore almost stole it, and now does steal it. That's Landry Sanders, rather, and that's going to tie it up. As when Honore knocked it away, Sanders just jumped all over it, but a tie ball, 3:51 left to go in the game.
It all begins with the defensive intensity by Jen Honore.
Quickly down the court is Katie Grogan in the corner, on the right corner. Up top, Trinity Williams. Ball over her head, looking for somewhere to go, finds Honore, left wing, now inside to Trinity Williams. She puts it up, draws the foul. Or she's going to be called for offensive, and she's not happy. And neither is Derek Lands on that.
I don't get that either.
Now, Honore is going to check out of the game as Peyton Ford goes back in. Lane will dribble it down to McNeese. Now over to, I believe that is Mendoza into the game. And Lane's going to shoot the long three, and that one's good. She's about to end her career in 3 minutes, but not going away without a three bomb. And Grogan near side, Trinity Williams, long pass to Sanders underneath. She puts it up, that one off the rim, and it goes in. Sanders on the board again, 56-23. Howe leads, under 3 minutes to go in the game.
Good pass there by Trinity Williams from the opposite end.
Lane to McNeese, to Mendoza, stolen away by Grogan. Here comes Grogan near side, guarded by McNeese. She's cut off, but throws underneath to Sanders. Looks underneath, Molly Wilson. Wilson drives the bucket. And Wilson is going to draw a foul on Kendall Rohan, as Rohan kept bumping her as Wilson thought about driving to the bucket. So underneath, a quick pass to Sanders, and that's off the rim, no good, rebounded by Lane. 2:36 on the clock. Howe leads 56-23. Lane is guarded by Ford at the top of the key to McNeese, guarded by Wilson. Now to Jordan, right wing. Now in the corner to Lane, shoots another three. That one's off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Molly Wilson. Wilson's going to dribble right-handed all the way up the court. She stops, pivots, gives to Grogan. Trinity Williams thought about the long three. She's going to pull it up, give it to Wilson over on the right wing. Now to Sanders in the corner. Now up top to Grogan. Trinity Williams, long three off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ford, but it kicks off her foot, and Jordan goes for it behind her back, rolling on the floor, and it's going to be tied up. And Jordan smiles, and Katie Grogan smiles, and Pilot Point's going to have possession. Bill Meyer will check into the game. McNeese checks out. No, McNeese is still in the game. It's Rohan who checks out. And McKenzie checks out. And Malone checks back in. True checks back in. So now the starters are back on the floor for the Pilot Point Lady Bearcats. Under a minute left to go in the game. Jordan will bring it top of the key now to McNeese, right wing, guarded by Wilson, inside high post. True turns around off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sanders, but it's knocked away. Stolen away by McNeese. Bill Meyer thought about the three from the left wing. She'll dribble all the way to the top. And now kicks it to McNeese. Now stolen away by Grogan, and a foul's going to be called, I believe, on McNeese. And it is.
Lady Bulldogs still playing high-intensity defense here, even up by 33.
I feel like an auctioneer. This ain't football, is it?
It's not.
Certainly ain't baseball. A minute 35 left to go in the game.
Lady Bulldog shooting 1-1 now.
Grogan toes the line. She's the only Lady Bulldog anywhere close to her, as the rest of them are on the other side of the court. She makes the first one, makes it 57-23. True and McNeese underneath the basket to rebound. Jordan and Malone also on the strike, as Katie Grogan's second shot is good. Howe has 58. McNeese to inbound to Jordan. They're going to take their time. A minute 34 on the clock. No hurry whatsoever by Jordan, who'll dribble up, guarded by Sanders. Now left wing to Bill Meyer. Inside to True on the runner off the glass. That one is True. 58-25. Wilson inbound to Grogan. We're just about done with this thing. Grogan guarded by Jordan. And now to Sanders, and it goes off of Sanders' hands and out of bounds. And Pilot Point will have possession with a minute 8. McNeese to Jordan. Jordan crosses the line, walks it up, guarded by Sanders. Now to McNeese. Has the ball right in her hand. She's going to dribble left-handed to the left side. Now she's pulled up the jumper. That one no good. Rebounded by Jordan. She rolls around. It's going to be fouled by Sanders, I believe.
That was on Sanders.
Sanders is that three?
Yeah, three on her.
49 seconds. We're under a minute left to go in the game. 58-25. And the shot is high and nothing but net from Jordan. So 58-27. Or 26 rather. Sorry. How do you do this? One. Is that right? So the second shot, high off the glass, rebounded Bill Meyer, and blocked by Trinity Williams. Is she going to be called for a foul? Her arms were straight up.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wow, that one's pretty ticky-tack, but there's less than a minute left, and Howe's up by 32. So you can't argue a whole lot. Bill Meyer will shoot to make it a 31-point lead as it's 27 now. Bill Meyer's second shot is rimmed out, no good, rebounded by Williams. 45 seconds on the clock. She'll dribble it right-handed, now back from Wilson. Now in the corner to Sanders. Now it's four corners and it's stolen away by True. Dribbling left-handed. All the way down the court. Stopped by Williams. She throws it up. No good. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson coming from one side to the other. To the near side. She'll stop at right wing, and there's been a timeout. With 21 seconds to go. A timeout's been called.
Is that to get some subs in, maybe?
I don't know.
Get some of your bench players in? Coach Land's still coaching them up, too. Up by 31. He's still in there directing.
Blizzard, what are we looking at as far as player of the game? What are your thoughts?
I have on the offensive end, Sierra Copeland. She had 24, 8 rebounds. On the defensive end, Jenna Honore and Katie Grogan will both split it. Both of them had 4 steals. Jenna Honore had 2 charges as well. Katie has played solid on defense all night, fighting for loose balls for the Lady Bulldogs.
It's hard, boy, when you have Sierra Copeland dominating like that. It makes the opponents have a really hard time. There's a foul on Malone against Ford with 15 seconds to go, and Peyton Ford will toe the line, and she'll shoot right here.
You really had to kind of pick your poison here. You had to guard Sierra Copeland. And if you double team her, you get Allie Harvey. So many weapons on this Lady Bulldog team.
Ford's free throw is off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Jordan. 14 seconds left to go. And Ford tried to steal it away, and she put her arms up in the air to make sure everybody knew she didn't foul. But she got real tight. Long shot there by McNeese is no good and out of bounds. The clock is going to run, and that is it. And the Howell Lady Bulldogs are back-to-back by-district champions. And they've got win number 26 on the season. How about that?
Good game.
Again, just an impressive performance by the Lady Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, just very, very all-around good game. Just normal, like you normally see. They get a ball thrown. Hey, the Howell student section has a ball thrown to them by the Pilot Point Bearcat cheerleaders. When does that ever happen?
I don't know. Was that one of their Bulldog basketball, or was that I don't know.
So we're just about ready for the trophy presentation, it appears, as the Lady Bulldogs are gathering, and this is a Michelle Carney moment, you know. As Michelle's telling them, hey, you need to back up because I got this massive, awesome lens, and Derek Lands is going to hand the trophy to the Lady Bulldogs as they are by-district champions in back-to-back seasons. Congratulations to the Howell Lady Bulldogs. Win number 26 on the year. Derek Lands, win number 441 in his career, and they take the picture right now. Sierra Copeland with a big night tonight. Over 20 points, 8 rebounds, and it's tough to defend the Lady Bulldogs. You have to pick your poison because there's so many weapons.
It really is. Offensively, defensively, they're pretty much set. I mean, there's not a lot of weaknesses on this team. You can make an argument maybe about free throws. You know, they struggle with the line sometimes, but other than that, they're pretty strong.
I think, one of the impressive things tonight, there's Austin Haley dressed up with Spider-Man. He's Caden Harmon with some kind of Chick-fil-A outfit, looks like. Telling you what, it's crazy kids. Oh, it must be fun to be 16 again, right?
Oh,
so, Blake, you ready to give us some stats?
Yeah, we'll give the game stats here. Sierra Copeland, as we've talked about all night, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Allie Harvey was a stat sheet stuffer tonight. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Jenna Honore, she wasn't needed to score that much tonight as she only had 1 point, but she gave us 8 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 big charges on defense. Cassidy Anderson, 9 points, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals for her. Trinity Williams gave us 6 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Katie Grogan, 4 steals tonight and solid defense all night. Landry Sanders, 4 points tonight. And I want to give a shout out to Peyton Ford as she played hard in that 4th quarter and gave Coach Lands good minutes and took a shot on a no call that should have been a charge.
Well, overall, great night tonight. There's Jackie Moon. Hey, Jackie Moon. See if we can get him over here. Let me see. Hang on.
Hey, Jackie Moon. Jackie Moon.
I think he hears you.
He can't hear us. Yeah, he's too cool anyway, right?
His hair's too loud.
So we'll wrap this one up. Don't forget, Friday night in Greenville, 6:30 against Rains. And each week and each game gets tougher and tougher and tougher. And pretty soon here, there's not going to be any 17-2 first period scores.
And that'll be interesting to see how the Lady Bulldogs react to having a close game like that to start the game and somebody plays them tight.
That's my only concern. It's been a long time since they've really been tested. And how are these Lady Bulldogs going to react when somebody comes out and punches them in the mouth? Because it's going to happen at some point. And you're going to have to find out how they react to that.
Realistically, how long is it? Is it probably the Bells game?
Well, it'd have to be the Bells game back in – it hasn't been in 2020.
Okay.
It's been the Bells game in November.
Wow, okay.
It's been a long time since they've been challenged. We're going to do it. We're going to wrap that one up, and this will do it for us. For the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, and for Justin White, I'm Monty Walker. We will see you Friday, unless something goes crazy. We're planning on broadcasting it. We'll see you Friday from Greenville. So long, everybody.